Welcome back, gaming fans, and today I'm going to bring you my Xbox collection. What about that? Hey, you know, you think about it, and why on God's green earth would I ever do that, right? I only got 40 games. But you know, some people hold this system really near and dear to their hearts, so that's kind of why I decided to tackle it. I'll do my best. I have not played all of these, but I have definitely played a few. And let's start with Avengers. This is requires internet to play the campaign and online multiplayer. This is an Xbox One game. Of course, we are going to be mixing up a few of the Xbox Ones with the Xbox Series X as well, but that's all right because that just makes for a cooler video, right? There you go. There's your rating at the bottom for this one. Now, my take on this wasn't that it was not very good. I wasn't a big fan of it. And as you can see, just for the remainder of this video, the discs will be on the left, not the right. Okay, so I would give this one, in my humble opinion, probably a 6 out of 10, just barely. I mean, it just barely got the fair score. It was moderately entertaining, and for children, I think they might like it, but for me, just not my bag, baby. Let's move on to our next game, or games, I should say. This is Batman Return to Arkham, which includes Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. Rated T, of course, by Warner Brothers, DC, Rocksteady. There is your rating there at the side. Xboxes do things a little bit unorthodox, but this one includes the Game of the Year edition of Arkham Asylum. Also, it includes the Game of the Year edition of Arkham City and all of the extra DLCs as well. So pretty cool set here, actually. This is a really fun one. I like it. There's your interior and that game. I would say this as a whole, it's kind of a mixed bag. I don't know. Both games are great. I think both games are really great. So it's tough for me to give a score for this as a duology. I would probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's fun, but would I come back to it a lot? Probably not a ton. Next we have Blasphemous, the first one. This is the PEGI version by Team 17. Man, they really knock it out of the park. This dev right here. I really like Team 17. This is Blasphemous Deluxe Edition, and it's awesome. Love it. Had to import this one over to myself, but I'm glad I did. Always liked the first Blasphemous. I would give this one probably, and maybe I say I like it, but I only give it a 7.5 out of 10 because I think Blasphemous 2 is a superior game and I liked it a lot more. But this one's neat because it comes with some stickers here. I think it comes with a little poster, which I don't really want to unfold right now, so we're just going to leave it alone. But the stickers are sick. I like it. Really cool presented game, kind of like that 8-bit style almost, maybe 16-bit actually on this one, but really done well, and I love this game. It's really great, and at a 7.5, it's worth a play. So next we have the Callisto Protocol, which happens to be an Xbox Series X game. Now, this one has superior graphics. I really liked the graphics in this game. You know, it took a while to load it all up and all, but that's just the nature of the beast nowadays, isn't it, with the newer systems like PS5 and such. Anyway, there's your rating at the bottom. Yeah, so Callisto Protocol, kind of like Dead Space a bit, almost like an over-the-shoulder Gears of War style as well. But I wouldn't call it Gear. Well, I don't know. It's got a lot of melee combat in it, so maybe a little bit of Gears of War in there, or Warhammer, something like that. But I did feel a lot of Dead Space vibes from this as well. So the Callisto Protocol, my take on this is a 7 out of 10. I think it was a good game. I wasn't way into it, so I can't give it a higher score. But it's worth your time, I think, if you can find it on the cheap. So give it a shot when you have a moment. Next, we're going to talk about Control. Now, this one kind of reminds me of an old game called Perfect Dark a little bit. However, it does its own thing. So it's not, Perfect Dark-esque. It just kind of reminded me of that for some reason. So Control, I played this recently, and it's fun. I haven't completed this one yet, but I do want to. I actually want to come back to this because this was a gas. I liked it. Yeah, a gas means it was a good time. I think that's a 70s term, right? Anyway, so next we have Cuphead, and Cuphead is not a physical version. This is a digital version, the first digital version of Cuphead. So really cool that they made this, and really stupid that they remade it on PS4, and so now the digital code I have for this is kind of useless. But the cool thing about this is that it comes with this lenticular, I don't know lenticular, but it's not lenticular, but it's a cool little cover there, or like little extra they give you. So I guess for owning this version, I'll get this special, special card here. Gosh, what is lithograph? Maybe that's called a lithograph. Yeah, that sounds right. As you can see, there is no disc at all, even though they made a slot for one. I mean, cool. I mean, this was like $30 when I bought it, I think. But I have the digital version of Cuphead on Xbox. But I also have the physical version of it on PlayStation 4. And I already talked about it, so we'll skip the grade, but it's a great game, guys. You should get it. Next, we have Disneyland Adventures. This is a Xbox One console exclusive. And a lot of the games I collected for Xbox were exclusives. So I'll kind of try to point those out when I come to them. But the exclusives on Xbox are not, there's not a lot of them. So do I recommend getting an Xbox just for the exclusives? And my answer is no. I like some of them, but I don't love all of them. And I think that they missed an opportunity there to really make the Xbox shine with exclusives that PlayStation didn't have. And now that the different companies are buying everybody else out and everything else, it's to the point where I just don't care anymore. So the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X are kind of like low on my list of picking up new games for, hence the fact I only have 40. But Disneyland Adventures, I'll get into this. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling here. Disneyland Adventures. So I've been to Disneyland multiple times, and I really wanted this to be more. I wanted you to be able to ride the rides and experience the inside of the rides. And there, although there were many games and things that were fun, it just wasn't the Disneyland experience. And that's what I wanted to see with this one, especially since I bought it for my son, who's never been to Disneyland yet. So, do I recommend this game for Disneyland fanatics? Yeah, I mean, if you like the park, if you like running around in the park only and like checking things out from a distance, that's what this game will let you do. So I'm not into it. It's not a huge favorite of mine, but it was kind of fun and reminiscent of running back through Disneyland again. I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10 because they missed a huge opportunity here. But, it's on its way to fair, but not quite there. Yeah, that rhymed. All right, okay, so we got Dead Rising 3 Apocalypse Edition. And this one is actually pretty fun. I found myself playing this a little longer than I thought I would. I had a good time with it. It was a bit buggy, and it wasn't a great game, but, it was fun. It was a fun playthrough. And I would do it again because it's fun bashing in zombies' skulls and, mixing different weapons together so that you can cause ultimate damage to those poor zombies that are just so oppressed, Dead Rising 3, guys, it's pretty fun. 7 out of 10 on that one. Next, we're talking about the Xbox Series 1 and Series X Dolmen. Now, this has been told that it's a kind of like a Souls shooter. And I guess I kind of agree with that because it's got some difficulty to it for sure. It's not for everyone, but it is a fun game. I liked it. I liked the art direction up with it and kind of that it felt original and new. So I liked Dolmen. I thought it was done well. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Next, we're talking about Fallout 4. Of course, Fallout is one of the best series of games ever made, in my opinion. Fallout 4 is a 9. I already talked about it on my PS4 videos. This is the Steelbook edition that I found for way cheap. As you can see, there's some damage on this Steelbook, but way cheap I got this for. It's got Season Pass crap, which I won't show you. Then we got all the Vault Boy stuff going on there and the different perks. Then we got the survival guide with the code on the back. So I won't show you that either. But on the inside of this Steelbook, there is a little bit of artwork there. So there you go. I think there might be on this side too. Yeah, just a little. Nothing too crazy. But, Fallout 4 is a classic. It will always be a classic. Man, long live Vault 111. That's all I can say. I like Fallout 4 a lot, guys. I loved it. Fallout 3 is better, but Fallout 4 is really, really good too. And I hope they remake Fallout 3, and I hope they redo New Vegas. That would be awesome. And I hope that the show coming out April 11th is awesome too. So if anybody's interested in that, please check out when they release that. I'll probably review that whole season of Fallout when it releases, because it's all going to drop at the same time. So we get to see every episode all at once, which is just the most binge-worthy thing I've ever experienced, I think, in my life. Anyway, Fallout 76 Steelbook Edition. Here you go. On Xbox One is what I got going here. Got a little bit of artwork on the inside of this Steelbook as well. Nothing too remarkable. Side over here, another part of the map. This, of course, was the West Virginia Fallout, online only, which kind of pissed me off, actually. And in the beginning, I did not like at all. However, with time, this one has grown a little bit on me. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because of the world it's in. I just love the world. And now that it's better, I think it deserves the 7, which is a good score for me. So Fallout 76 gets a 7, and it's probably one of my lowest rated Fallout games, but it's fun to have the steelbook of this, and it's actually looks pretty nice. So I can't complain too much about 76, but if you want to go online only, 76 is your bag. And next we have Forza 7 Motorsport. I got this when it first came out, so it was a little bit special to me, I guess. It is an exclusive. So good times right there, right? I mean, you can't get this on the PS4, PS5, or anything like that. So graphics are killer on this. They're really good. Gameplay's fun too. It feels fairly realistic. I like the Forza Motorsport games. I would probably give this for racing a 7 out of 10 if you just like pure racing and the, you know, all the world behind that. So yeah, 7 out of 10 on that. We're going to see a lot of 7s, guys, because in this console there's not a ton over 7. There's a few, but we'll get to them. Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and this is Rare Replay, arguably one of the best compilations of games on any system out there. Because of course you got Battletoads, you got Perfect Dark, you got Conker's Bad Fur Day, Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, you got some killer games on this one. So I like it. It's awesome. It's a great compilation, done really well. Oh, and by the way, this comes as a 2-discer. So you get the Rare Replay, and then you get Gears of War Ultimate Edition as well. So, you know, they have just the Rare Replay version of this too, so you can do it either way and just get Gears of War only or Rare Replay only. But this is a high recommendation if you can get this. It's way cheap. I think you can pick these up for like $10 now, so it's a no-brainer. I give this probably an 8 out of 10 because it was so well done, and just you don't find stuff like this often. All right, next we have Gears of War 4. And yes, this is the Ultimate Edition, which includes Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and I think it's called Judgment, the other one, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, whichever one the other one's called. But cool compilation. This is the Steelbook, of course. There you go. There's some artwork there for you. So you get everything with this. This is really cool. This is like the whole franchise, pretty much. You got some stickers right there. Some artwork on the inside right there, as you can see. Nothing too crazy going on, but this is in good condition, and I love this set. This is a really well done Gears of War thing. I dig it. Let's move that back. There we go. And let's show you the back again with your rating there. There you go. Guys, Gears of War is awesome. And this as a set was really cool too. Gears of War 4 is great. I really liked Gears 5, and we'll talk about that real soon. But this was a great set, guys. It was really good. Some of the games aren't my favorite, but still fun, over-the-shoulder type, action, lots of violence. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I really like this franchise. And as promised, we bring to you Gears 5. Now, guys, this one had it all. Gameplay, story, graphics, it was all awesome. It is an exclusive, of course, for the Xbox console. This is one of the ones that I do recommend to pick up because it is just all around fun as literal hell. So, for a lack of a better word, I really like this game. I would give this an 8 out of 10. It's probably my favorite Gears game of all time. They just really did it justice here on this fifth one, and I just love it. Every time I hop into it, I could replay this. I could actually replay this game. 8 out of 10, guys. I highly recommend this one if you happen to have an Xbox. And this is cheap too. Pick it up. It's a must play. Next we have Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. And yes, I love the Ghostbusters video game. This one was fantastic as well. My son loves this game. Boy, he spent a lot of hours on this, but he beat it. And he's 6. I don't get it. It makes me feel like I'm inept sometimes. But yeah, he did a great job. He loved this game. I loved this game. There was no doubt about it that Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, was where it's at when it comes to Ghostbuster games. Highly recommend it. I saw the new movie recently. Not a fan, but this is, takes you back to the classic feel, the voices. I mean, you feel like you're playing in the movie. It's awesome, guys. I would give the Ghostbusters an 8 out of 10. It's really good. Next, we have Gotham Knights for the Xbox Series X. I just got this game, so I played it just a little bit, and I let my son play a little as well. He liked it. I liked it. It was good. Wasn't any Spider-Man 2 or anything, but Spider-Man 2 is a different universe, so there you go. But no, I mean, this was okay. It was good. It was good. I liked it. I can't complain too much about it, but I'm really not over a 7 at this point on it. It was fun. It was good. Just not incredible yet. But I do recommend picking it up if you like the DC characters, because it does them justice. They look nice. The graphics are good. The lighting and shading in this is pretty good. It's kind of a darker game, but it was done pretty well. I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. Next, we have the Halo Master Chief Collection, the one everybody has on the system, because how can you not have this, right, if you own the Xbox One? So, only Xbox One exclusive, of course. This one does include the 4 full games, I believe, with remastered versions of Halo 2. Let's see. Yeah, remastered Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo 3 and 4 is on here. So you can't go wrong with the Master Chief Collection, and it's pretty dang cheap. So I recommend picking this up as soon as possible. So get it, guys. You won't be sorry. Halo is very nostalgic for me. I remember playing this with my buddies back in the day, and playing the campaigns alone back in the day. So, I mean, you can't go wrong here. It's a must-have. That is a 8 out of 10. I loved it. Next, we have Halo 5 Guardians, probably my least favorite Halo game. And a lot of people maybe disagree with me, but I just didn't like this one as much. It was fun. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because it was good. But it just didn't hold me like the other games. But next, we're going to be talking about a game that did hold me, and that is Halo Infinite. This game, graphics amazing. Story wasn't like incredible, but the graphics were amazing, and the gameplay was on point, guys. This one, if you like Halo at all, this is a must play, a must pick up. I really liked it. I'm probably going to give this an 8 out of 10 because it's one of my favorite Halo games of all time. I love Halo Infinite. It's on Series X and Xbox One. You can get it either way, play it either way. Excellent game, guys. Do check it out. Highly recommended. Next we have Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This one took me by surprise. I actually really liked this. This was kind of dark. Graphics were awesome. This is a Xbox One game, of course, not the Series X, but the Xbox One. It is enhanced, though, but I wish they had this on the Series X with enhanced graphics. I think they're coming out with a part 2 for this game. So when they do that, that'll be really, really cool. There's a little advertisement for HLS sales. Thank you for your purchase. Yeah, you're welcome, bud. There you go. There's for some free advertising for you, man, right there on my channel. So Senua's Sacrifice, what do I got to say about it? Rating-wise. You know, I loved it. It was really good. I'd have to say I'm probably at an 8 on this as well. And that's a great score for me, guys. So Hellblade, definitely worth a pickup. Fairly cheap to get. Highly recommended. Check it out. I don't want to say too much about it. I'll just leave it at that. Next we have Hogwarts Legacy. This is the Peggy version. Cool thing about this is I got it for $15. And I think this game goes for quite a bit more. But it works just as well in the North American players with the Peggy version. So if you happen to find it this way and you happen to pay $15 for it, totally recommend this one for $15. It was done very well. Probably the best Harry Potter game that I've played to date. Xbox Series X version of this one. Graphics are on point, looks great. Sound is awesome in this game. Really recommend this for children or adults. I really like this. And Harry Potter is kind of one of my guilty pleasures, I guess. I liked episodes 1 through 3 a lot, and I also liked the last 2 episodes, the Deathly Hallows. Really good stuff. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy, worth the pickup. I would give this, well, that's a tough one. It's between an 8 and a 7.5, but I think I'm going to go with the 8 because it was really good. Jackbox Party Pack. Now, this is great for just a bunch of people that come over that want to play some fun games that you can play. Telltale makes this so really cool right there too. This has Drawful, the You Don't Know Jack from 2015, and Fibbage, which everything here is pretty dang fun. It also has a word spud and a lie swatter. Lie swatter's a lot of fun too, guys. This one is not a must-have, but it is if you like to throw parties, because you're gonna get some crack ups out of this one. This is a lot of fun, and the audience, the players can kind of do their own thing with it too, which is really cool. and it's very unique in that respect. But the Jackbox Party Pack, I recommend getting. I'd give that a 7.5 out of 10. That was a lot of fun. Next, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. I would never think that they would put this one onto the Xbox. From what I remember, it was a Japan exclusive, or came out of Japan originally. But lo and behold, here it is for the Xbox Series X and One. But very cool fighting game. You know, it's a very unique fighting game. Lots of loud noises that you could attribute to other things besides fighting. But maybe if you did, it'd be a little freaky deaky, if you know what I mean. JoJo's All-Star Battle Bizarre Adventure. I liked it, guys. It's unique, anime, you know, driven type of fighter. I liked it a lot. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about Killer Instinct, the definitive edition. Now, I'm trying to remember what was in this. It says it includes all 26 characters, 20 stages from seasons 1 through 3, as well as Killer Instinct Classic 1 and 2, which those were my jam back in the day. I played the classics, and I think that was on Nintendo 64 that dropped. So, love it. Love that they did this definitive edition of Killer Instinct. I'm not a huge fan of Killer Instinct. I mean, I'll be honest. It's not like my go-to game by any means. But this is a cool compilation, and I'm glad they made it for Xbox. It is an exclusive. There you go. If you like Killer Instinct, you want to play those classics right on Xbox, you can do that. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10, just because it's a fun fighter. Next, we have Onrush Day 1 Edition by Codemasters. I think Codemasters made a game back in the day on, I think it was PlayStation 2, called Black, and I really liked that game. That was killer. But this one is quite a different feel. It's a racing game, obviously, high octane, Hot Wheels style, almost racing. It was cool, but not one of the games I run to for racing. I think Wreckfest on PS5 is way better, but Onrush is not too bad either. I'm not going to give it higher than a 6. But it's definitely worth your time if you like racing games and you have an Xbox only. Pick this one up because it's not too much and it's worth your time just for a quick playthrough, or not, just jumping in, having a good time. Next, we're talking about Ori and the Blind Forest. This is the definitive edition. Good stuff here. So Ori, probably, in my opinion, the best platform on the Xbox, the best platformer on the Xbox. Really done well. Graphics are on point. Gameplay's on point. Story's awesome. It just gives you a surreal feeling the entire time when you play Ori. And this is, of course, the first one. I loved it, though. I will play this again someday because I liked it so much. A little bit tough in some spots to figure out some of the puzzling aspects, but really good nonetheless. I love this game, guys. This is an 8 out of 10. It was fabulous. And for our special presentation to follow the Blind Forest, oh yes, we have Ori, the Will of the Wisps. Love this game, guys. Wow, I had to get the collector's edition of this just because this might be my favorite game on the Xbox, right here. I loved it. It was so good, guys. And I'm going to show you some things here inside, just so you kind of get a look at it. I like to do exclusives on the games that I have these versions of, just so you can kind of see what they come with. But man, this one was executed just wonderfully. Look at that. Beautiful presentation. This is a steelbook right here. Very simplistic steelbook, but I love the way it looks. It's fantastic. I like subtleness sometimes, but you're going to get some good stuff here. Some downloads here of the original soundtrack. You have the game right here, and then you have the soundtrack also on disc on top there. So you can't go wrong with this one. This one's where it is at. Next, we have an art book that came here. Let's kind of look at that here real quick. So kind of plain on that side, but then if you were to look at this part, that is just gorgeous. What a beautiful art book this is, right? This is amazing. So, here you go. Here's some of the illustrations inside. I mean, some good stuff through here, guys. I like to look through this book sometimes. It's just so good, it's so cool. And it reminds me of playing the game a lot, but man, yeah, this game was fabulous, guys. Now, to get to the grade on this one, to get to the grade on Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to give this an 8.5 out of 10 because it was just a fabulous game. A lot of extras from the original. Just so well done. And I can't say enough good things about Will of the Wisps. So highly recommend this, guys. If you get a chance to get this game, go for it immediately. Let's get into the rest. Guys, I apologize. I've been a little long-winded here with our games, but this is our last stack, and I've only said a few more things because we only have 40 to get through today, so wanted to give you some good content. But next, we're going to go through Plants vs. Zombies, and I love these games. Of course, this is the 3D version, requires internet to play, so you do have to have it hooked up with your internet. However, you don't have to have the Xbox Pass to play this. Just internet connection will do. It will suffice for battle for the Neighborville Plants vs. Zombies. Yeah, awesome graphics, awesome gameplay, a lot of fun here. My son absolutely adores this game and drove me insane playing it and having to listen to to all of the sounds it makes constantly. But again, I can't stress enough that this game is really a lot of fun for everyone, and I loved it. I would give this probably a 7.5 out of 10. It was a lot of fun. Next we have Garden Warfare 2, which is kind of the follow-up as far as I am aware to the Battle for Neighborville. So let's talk about this one. Even better. Wow, this game blew me away too, and it blew me away in the best way possible. Yeah, Garden Warfare 2. I even love the way they named it to, you know, mock Call of Duty a bit. But I would probably give this an 8 out of 10 because it was a lot of fun. Again, so many annoying sounds that continually haunt you in your dreams, but so much fun. This is probably my son's favorite game on the system. You know, a lot of these games I got for him. This one also requires internet, by the way, just an internet account, not a pass. So anyway, my son loves these games. He's played these for hours and hours on end. So if you have children, I mean, if you really just kind of want to be a bad parent and throw them in a corner for a while, this is where you start. Next, we're going to talk about Quantum Break. And yeah, Quantum Break is an interesting game. It is an exclusive to the Xbox. And yeah, real actors came in for this. I mean, this was done pretty well, I must admit. It felt like you're playing a movie, you know? So definitely worth your time if you like those types of things, like Alan Wake and things such as that. Really cool third-person story-driven game, though. Tons of like language in this, guys. Though, so if you are offended by language at all, I don't recommend picking it up. But it is a cool cinematic action game. Kind of reminds me of things like Infamous, maybe a little bit. But definitely does its own thing. It's its own beast here. I give Quantum Break a 7.5 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about Resident Evil 2. Yes, the remastered version. Resident Evil 2 is one of my favorite Resident Evil games of the series. So to have this is to really, you know, it feels like I struck gold a bit. I love it, guys. What else is there to say? Everybody knows Resident Evil. I give this an 8.5 out of 10 because I just love Resident Evil 2. My favorite of the series, one of my favorites of the series by far, probably in the top 3 for sure. Let's talk about our next game, which you'd think would be Resident Evil 3 Remastered, but I don't have it yet. Sorry. Recore, Xbox One exclusive console for the console, and this one was okay. It wasn't. I liked the graphics; they were good. It felt unique, and the gameplay wasn't amazing. Like it wasn't way fun the whole time, but it had its moments that were really good. So Recore, I do recommend it. You know, for kind of a quick playthrough if you want. It's not a very quick game, I guess, but I would give this a 7 out of 10 because it was good. Just didn't stick with me, and it's not one it's not one that's way memorable either in my mind. But it was actually pretty fun from what I recall. Let's talk about Recore. All right, Scream Ride. So this one here was very interesting. I wouldn't say it's a great game, but it was fun, like especially if you spend some time with it. If you spend some time with this and kind of get familiar with how you're building your coasters and everything and what the physics are, it's kind of fun. It reminds me of games like Pain. And I know not a lot of people know what Pain is, but Pain was an imported game on the PS3, I believe, that I used to own a long time ago. This kind of reminds me of Pain, only with roller coaster cars instead. So there you go. If that gives you an indication of what you're going to be doing there, then Scream Ride, there you go. 7 out of 10 on Scream Ride. It was pretty fun. Starfield, and that's the Xbox Series X game. This one was a mixed bag for me. Of course, it's a Bethesda game. I love Bethesda games usually. This one was not bad, but it wasn't great either. So it was kind of one of those middle of the road type of games for me. And there's so much to do in here too. So, I mean, if you want a game that will really test the limits of your sitting on your butt and doing nothing, this is the one that you want to get. One of the ones, along with maybe Baldur's Gate or something. But Starfield, good times here. Cool. I like the atmosphere a lot in this game. I love space games, so right away I kind of fell in love with that aspect of it. Pretty good story. I like the planet hopping features. I mean, this is done really well. I'm not going to say anything horrible about it, but it's just really not my thing to get into and play all the time. That's the issue with this. I don't want to come back to it as much, so I'm probably going to be at about a 7.5 on it, but it's a great game in a lot of ways. Next, we're talking about Bomberman, Super Bomberman, our shiny edition by Konami. I love it. This is a fun game, guys. This is one you jump into with a friend. You co-op it. You versus on it. It's a lot of fun. Super Bomberman R is one of my favorite games on the Xbox One. Well, it's not just on the Xbox One, but I loved this game, guys. It was a lot of fun, and this is a go-to game a lot. I always put this one in and jam on it. So, Super Bomberman. Let's give that an 8 out of 10. That was fabulous. Next, we have a game in the same vein almost called Super Monkey Ball. Not in the same vein. It has a completely different gameplay, actually. But Super Monkey Ball has a lot of fun stuff for younger children, I think. I mean, I could see how this might be harder for younger children in some ways. But it's fun. It's not great. It's just kind of fair. And because of that, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Next, we have Spyro Reignited Trilogy, and I've already talked about these games because I have them on the PS4 too. I just happened to pick this one up as an extra so that my son can play it while I'm playing mine on the PS4. There you go, Spyro 1, 2, and 3 in there. I already talked about this one a little bit. I really liked it. Can't remember what I scored it before, but I'm sure it was about a 7 or 7.5-ish. Next, we have Styx Shards of Darkness. This is the sequel, I believe, to the original. And I can't remember what the original was called. Something about being stealth, I know that. Something of shadow, I think. Yeah, something about shadows. Anyway, Shards of Darkness. I actually really like this. It was very stealth-based. You're a goblin that's very stealthy and murderous. And that's a cool combination. So Styx, Shards of Darkness was a good game. It was fun. I would give it a 7 out of 10. It was good. Graphics were pretty good as well. So definitely worth the play, worth the pickup if you can find it cheap. I recommend that. Next we have Thymesia by Team 17, and I love these guys usually. Keyword, usually. Now, this wasn't a horrible game. It wasn't horrible. But it did have just some things about it that I wasn't way into. Felt a little bit older, like a PS3 type title, a little bit like a hack and slash PS3 title almost. But not too bad. I love the art direction for the main character there. Some of the art direction throughout the levels were good, but it's a very dark game, and that is dark as in not much lighting. So it's that type of game, guys. So it's an Xbox Series X game as well. But if you get into this one, it's a semi-hidden gem, I would call it. It's not fantastic. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 because it was just above fair, going toward the good category, but not one of my favorites by Team 17, but not horrible either. Next, we're going to talk about the last game in our collection. That's Teardown, the deluxe edition on the Xbox Series X. Now, my son wanted this one. He begged me to buy this, and finally I broke down like the good father I am and got it for him. So he played it for all of about an hour and a half, and then he gave up. So he couldn't figure out what to do next. And that type of game where it's kind of a puzzler, destructive game, but it was really cool. It reminds me of a few different types of games, like maybe Minecraft mixed with Red Faction, almost. Even though you don't go around killing people and taking over bases or anything, but it has accomplishments that you need to do, buildings you need to tear down, things like that. And the graphics are actually pretty on point. Some of the physics in there, some of the particle physics are really nice. I would give this one probably a 7 out of 10. It was good, but nothing I recommend running out to buy. But there you have it, guys. Xbox Series 1 and then the Series X as well. I do like the system. However, they're just few on games. That's the problem with Xbox, is they just don't have a ton of exclusives. They They don't have a ton of games. Just not a good selection, and that's the main issue. And I think some things are going to be changing with Xbox in the future. What do you guys think? Do you like Xbox more than PlayStation? Let me know in the comments. Again, guys, though, thank you for watching my video. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to give you a little secret. I'm going to do a really cool video next. One of my next videos, actually, and we're going to do it in maybe a couple parts, maybe a 5-parter even. I have an Oculus Quest, as the way I like to call it, or the real way to call it, a Meta Quest 3. And I have about 150 games and counting on that system. So I think what I'm going to do is bring you a comprehensive look at the games that I have and give you an overall score of those games quickly as well, and just rush through it, but break it up into parts. So if you're interested in seeing that, if you're a Quest VR user, please stay tuned, and we will do that for you next. Guys, thanks again. Please like and subscribe if you may, and I will appreciate every one that I get. I will comment back. I will respond. I will like your comments. So let me prove you wrong. Go ahead. Give me a like. Give me a comment. We'll talk at you again. Peace out.